good, Pisces? It's your girl Key, your favorite psychic on the tube, and as always, we are back with another sugar-free production. Today, we're going to be doing your year ahead prediction. Don't even get accustomed to me doing it as individual signs. This is just because it's the beginning of the year, and I want to give you guys something special. We'll be back to the elements next month. Thank you. But anyhow, you guys can already tell I pre-selected some of the cards. For your spread. Let me get a scripture for you guys because I got one for the other signs that I did. Let's see what Holy Spirit has to say for you. Right? Let's see. So your scripture is going to be 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Come back to your senses as you ought to stop sinning, for there are some who are ignorant of God, and I say this to your shame. So it's almost to say, like, God is saying you already know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And when you gonna get tired of like doing the wrong thing, like just because God is giving you grace in certain areas doesn't mean you should continuously do the wrong thing, knowing that it's the wrong thing. So just keep that in mind. It's like, if you feel convicted on something, that's what you should not be doing. You feel convicted for a reason. Special message for you all. But anywho, let's just start straight into your reading. You guys are represented as the Temperance card, which is Sagittarius energy. So in the present moment, you could find yourself feeling a little bit adventurous, maybe even primal, sensual, maybe even having a heart, like not the worst time because it is Temperance, but I feel like you're battling your emotions and you're taking like action to make some changes in your life that will self-soothe. Like you're getting ahead of the curve. If you find yourself getting too frustrated or irritable, you're talking to somebody, you're doing breathing exercise, you're doing what you know is going to pour into your cup to get you where you need to be. And I think that you've learned also not to rely on substances so heavily to help you cope with reality. Like if you guys do drink or smoke or whatever, it's not done the way it used to be done. Like you're able to casually drink or smoke now, as opposed to before where it was like something you feel like was a requirement. For a lot of you guys, I also think that you guys have found like a healthy medium regarding your spirituality and your beliefs. You found a way to merge things and make it work for you. Like you've either found like a reader that you resonate with, or you found a way to really just get close to God in a way that you feel comfortable with. It doesn't feel convicting in a way. For a lot of you guys, I feel like that you guys have made something different. I don't know how to explain it, but something that I feel like was either demonized or like seen one way, you found a way to bring God in it. So this is like reminding me of like this Twitch streamer that started doing Bible study on Twitch. Found a way to say something that's heavily used to push like the devil's propaganda and put God in it. This is also reminding me like that preacher on Roblox. Like if people could spread negativity on the internet, why can't I use it as God's tool? People can use this for the wrong thing. Certainly it can be used for the right thing. So you found your way to do that, right? And for a lot of you guys, it's like creating your little heaven on earth. That's something that you're working on in the present moment. You gossip a lot less. You listen more. And you don't feel as good talking bad about people as maybe you did in the past. Like, you just get quiet, let people talk about people by themselves. That's just not your cup of tea, And people who are messy, you've learned in the present moment, like you've been isolating yourself from these people because it doesn't feel good, is what I want to say. Like, it doesn't serve you. It doesn't make you feel comfortable. It actually bothers you. So I think that for a lot of you all, you have matured, You're not the person that is seeking validation of the people at someone else's expense. How people are perceiving you for the year ahead, though, not gonna lie, Pisces, it's giving like, move, bitch, get out the way. Like, you don't want to be bothered. People might say that, like, I guess you don't want to be bothered. It's clear you don't want to be bothered. Bitch, who does want to be bothered? The fuck? People are looking at you as somebody that, is protective of something or hiding something, maybe even combative, irritable. For the year ahead, Pisces, people are looking at you as possibly, I don't know. Somebody that a lot of people want. Like, there's so many people looking at you as like being serious about your partnership or your relationship. Not gonna hold you. Like, possessive of your partner, willing to fight and die about their dick or their coochie or whatever. But also, like, don't approach me when you know I'm in a connection. Like, don't bother me. Like, you see I'm happy or whatever. Like, this is who I want to be with. If you don't like it, you're not in a relationship. So don't give me advice on my relationship because I'm not trying to hear it. Like, very closed off. Like, like, I'm not interested. If somebody just trying to be in your business about your connection and trying to, I guess, stir up drama and you're not having it, is what I want to say this year. I also feel like there's some people here also going to be looking at you as, some people might call you a witch or whatever, but you're not going to be giving a fuck. Like, you can't tell me how to have a spirituality, how to have my relationship with God. Because right underneath that, we clarify the following ones with the lover. So spiritually, you're in tune with God. You're balanced. You locked in where it counts because your heart is in the right place. You understand what I'm saying? So I just feel like for a lot of you guys, people have tried to put reins or constraints on what spirituality or God's, connection with his individual children is supposed to look like. And no, I also feel like that God has sent you a person, like a lover, to help you this year, to be of assistance. I'm going to do a reading like that on my Patreon. Who has God called to help you? I don't know if I'm posting on Patreon or my main channel, but one of the other. But subscribe to my main channel just in case I do decide to post it publicly. But it's probably going to go on Patreon first. But check that out. Like, who has God called you in this season? I already have one reading on YouTube, like on Patreon like that. But I'll be posting another one soon. But who has God called you in this season to be a blessing? And I feel like for a lot of you guys, want to be a divine counterpart, a lover. But I can see where for a lot of you guys, you're going to be possibly a little bit frustrated. Like, either, how do I say this? Some of you guys, either people are trying to convince you that your partner is a cheater, or you might catch your partner doing something he or she ain't got no business doing, and you're going to immediately cut that person off. Like, for some of you guys. But for a lot of you guys, I really think that you and this person are going to have a proper connection, one that a lot of people can't interfere with. There's going to be a lot of people that are, frustrated or envious of the fact they can't infiltrate your relationship. Whether it's their friends, your friends, family, or whatever, they're going to be frustrated with the bond that you and this person have. And because their relationships is with people that ain't shit, they're going to be trying to convince you that your partner ain't shit too. But you're going to be like, that's a projection. I rebuke that. People gonna be mad. They're gonna be like, well, how you gonna rebuke that and you into all you into and blah, 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 blah. People gonna be trying to like taint your spirituality or like tarnish your reputation or try to shift your perspective of this person. But you're gonna be like, no, respectfully, no. My person not perfect, but they perfect for me. And whatever we go through is what we go through, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, even if you do have a hard time with your partner, I just see you kind of being like, that ain't nobody else's business. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't none of your friends' business. Ain't none of my friends' business. Something like that. Like, I just see you being like, no, low key. Like, what I have going on between me and Mars is me and Mars. Like, we'll fix and we'll heal whatever we got going on behind closed doors, but don't worry about it. Type shit. I feel like this Five of Wands, it speaks about like you and this person have an understanding and an unbreakable bond, and what's overstood don't have to be explained to outside people that don't have anything to do with it, to be honest. And people are going to be looking at you as being very defensive over your relationship particularly, so you are going to be in a connection, okay, or at least dealing with somebody, and you're not going to be wanting to hear people's like opinion on the matter, because I feel like this person here, I'm hearing Whitney Houston, all the man that I need. Whitney was crazy about Bobby. And it didn't matter what Bobby did. It didn't matter what Whitney did. What Bobby was crazy about Whitney. Like, it's that type of love without the crack, is what I'm saying. Like, I think that you and this person have a past life connection, and y'all feel like drawn to each other. And y'all are going to have some hiccups this year, not going to lie, but y'all are going to be like safe with each other. Y'all going to come back together every time. I feel like this person is going to allow you the space to truly be yourself. And I think this is somebody that's been introverted their whole life, felt like they couldn't, open up or really deal with people like that for a long time. But you're going to be somebody they're going to feel like they can really just open up to. You know, I feel like this is gonna be somebody where, I'll be honest, like, in your relationship, this is somebody that had a hard time doing this in the past. Maybe when you first got together or whatever, but they're gonna be sharing you like their deepest, darkest secrets. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna share and explain to other people why this person is the way they are or why they react a certain type of way. We understand each other, you know? For a lot of you guys, I'm not gonna hold you though. Like, there is somebody that wants to infringe on your relationship. There is somebody that's like trying to get your person or trying to like take your person from you. And I feel like this person here, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, they might know it. Like, your partner might be, you know, seeking support from somebody like outside their relationship, and this person likes them. And I feel like that this is somebody that they look at as a friend, but this person likes them, and you gonna be peeping that shit like, no, I don't like the way they look. I don't like that shit. I see that for you guys. Like, something like that can be significant, where somebody that you're dealing with may have a friend or a girl best friend or whatever, and this person has a crush on them, and you're gonna be like, I'm not fucking with that shit at all. And they're gonna be trying to paint you out to be insecure, and you're gonna be like, no, bitch, I see you, and I'm not playing these games with you, to be honest. And you might give this person an ultimatum, them or me. So, like, I'm not finna play that shit. But you got your rabbit ass mama. Is what I'm getting. And I think this person here, I'm not gonna lie, they gonna get left, because I think your person's gonna choose you. You gonna give somebody an ultimatum this year. Like, I ain't fucking with that. If y'all just friends, it shouldn't be a problem. I don't like that. Something like that could be significant, right? This could even be a family member where they connection with their cousin or whatever is just too weird. You know, sometimes people cousins like them. Let's give it kissing cousins or some weird shit. Like, fuck that. They might not be blood related. They might be like cousins because they mamas and whatever, or like best friends. And it's weird. And you're gonna be on that like white on rice. The fuck. But major changes and shifts you're gonna see in yourself. I feel like you're gonna be completing the cycle. Some of you guys have been in travel this year. You know, I also feel like that some of you guys are competing like a phase. Like, some of you guys are gonna be having a baby this year. You know, because I just pulled out the Empress and the Page of Swords, so that talks about like getting news of like a pregnancy of some sort. You know, some of you guys are going to be having a baby in the winter months, okay? But when it's cold outside, it may not be the winter month, but it's definitely going to be cold. Excuse me, when you give birth or where you give birth, you might be traveling somewhere where it's cold. It just depends. But I think that also you guys are going to be entering a new phase, or something's going to click on the inside. Like, it's like when a woman turns 21, 25, 30, 40, it's like a click in their brain. Like, I got to get some shit together. I got to, like, you know, something like that. Or when a man turns like 32, when a man hits like 40, when a man hits 50, when a man, it's like a click. It doesn't have to be on specific ages, but it's like oh, shit getting real. You're going to have like a click in your mind where you're just going to mature. You know, it's like when you become a man or a woman, you put away childish things. And that's what I see for you guys, you know, this year ahead. I honestly see you guys also developing emotional maturity, you know. I see you becoming somebody that doesn't care if you're the bad guy, certain people's story. Like, you can't be manipulated this year at all. It's like, I know who I am. I know, like, what the energy I possess, and I'm not tripping. You're not going to gaslight me. You know, you're also going to be giving a lot of people ultimatums when it comes to you. You know, like, this, I don't like this. And if you didn't know, cool, but you know now. So what you do with the information moving forward lets me know where I stand with you. That's it, that's all. You weaponizing your presence in people's life. If you truly care about me the way you say you care about me, then I need you to move accordingly. Some of you guys are going to be completing a semester or graduating or completing a skill or something like that, leveling up at work, something like where you're going to make an accomplishment for yourself. You're going to be very proud of it. Okay, some of you guys are going to be, you know, getting certification or skill or something like that, like, or achieving a certain level of success, stardom. Some of you guys are going viral this year. I feel like in finances, you are going to receive a lot of like abundance due to a relationship you're in, but also I think that people are going to want to give you money because they care about who you are. Like, people are going to be investing in you. People might look at you as like, if you take time off from work, or if you need to leave or something like that, you still gonna be making money. Whether you get fired, laid off, or what. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but it's like people are gonna be helping you out. Some of you guys, you might get sick. It could be pregnancy. Like, people are gonna be wanting to give you things to help you out. Because they know that you have something to prepare for. Okay, you might need the assistance. Some of you guys, I think that you might, how do I say this? Somebody either might tell you they don't want you working, or you might like not like necessarily where you work. You might feel like that, it pays well, but you probably feel like a lot of people there are bullies or whatever, and you really don't like it, but you'll be managing. For a lot of you guys, you'll feel like that you have too much intelligence to be around the people that you work with. I think that for a lot of you guys, if you guys have entrepreneurship endeavors, that's going to be something important to your cup, makes you happy, gives you money. You might be juggling like multiple streams of income, Pisces. But whatever your 9 to 5 is, you're gonna be like kind of annoyed with it. Not gonna lie, but you are gonna be afloat, financially this year. You just might feel like something is just, it's time for you to walk away from a certain space. You might be like, I don't resonate with these people, this environment. I want something different. So you might be asking for a reassignment or relocation of some sort, right? I also think that for some of you guys, if you have relationship problems when you at work, it's gonna like kind of bother you. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, you're gonna be irritated at work when you and your partner are just not on good terms. I also feel like that for a lot of you guys in career, with the Hermit coming out, I think there's gonna be some people that are gonna be upset because you get a position over them. You might end up moving up fairly quickly in a certain space, and people are gonna be jealous. They're gonna treat you weird, and they probably was nice to you before, right? I'm not gonna lie. I think that people are going to be coveting you real bad, like jealous hearted, excluding you from things on purpose, and it's because you level up or achieve a certain level of success, and you're going to be like, what is this for? Like, I don't really understand. Like, it's not that you want to be part of people's cliques or whatever, but you don't like being bullied. It's going to feel like high school all over again. Like, people buying stuff for everybody in the workroom except for you. People speaking to everybody at the job except for you. And at first, you're going to be like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. But after a while, it's going to be like, you might cry at work sometimes. Like, you might hurt your feelings. Like, I didn't do nothing to these people. And they just acting mean. Or they just being assholes. Just expect that. And it's really just to make you feel inadequate in a position that you're going to be getting regarding growth. You might achieve a certain level of success, and people are going to be trying to make you feel like you don't deserve it. For some of you guys, it feels like you're going to be getting a lot of things you prayed and asked for all at once this year. And I think there's going to be people that's going to be trying to discredit, your means of getting it. I do see where a divine masculine energy, like your partner, whether it's male or female, whatever, your lover is going to be trying to, smooth things over with you and give you words of encouragement, because they understand what it's like to like care about what people think, but they kind of they gotten past that. They don't care anymore what people think of them, and they want you to get to that point. And they hate the fact that you are frustrated or going through some things. They wish they can make it right. They wish they can make it better. It genuinely bothers them to see you stress out and things of that nature. But they're going to try to make things better by celebrating you, or like give you a pep talk, like fuck them people or whatever. Like, don't think about them. When you're at home, let's relax and all these things. I want to buy you this. Let me take you out. Let's do this. Can I take you out tonight? Something like that. They're going to be flirting with you or trying to like make you laugh. Like, your partner at some point this year might be trying to like hit on you, and you upset like, ooh, who is this? Like, you a stranger. Ooh, hey, sexy lady, excuse me, miss. What is your name? Da-da-da-da. Can I take you out tonight? Your partner's gonna be doing that. If they mess up at this point this year, and they kind of give you the impression like they take you seriously, if they juggled you or something, they're gonna be trying to make things right. I think that you're gonna be thinking a lot about a divine masculine energy. I want to clarify though, like, what's going on in love for you this year? Okay, because we have the Judgment card. I feel like that you're going to be making somebody stand on business, because you feel like somebody may not be, how do I say this? Like, some of you guys, you might be moody with this person. Then you're going to find out you're pregnant or whatever, right? But I also feel like somebody here, like you and your partner, y'all might be like, how do I say this? At odds at some point in the year, because y'all not gonna be seeing like on a particular topic. You might feel like that this person here isn't like, you might feel like they're trying to balance like your feelings and somebody else's, and you feel like your feelings should come prioritized. I don't know if this person got kids or what, but it's like somebody that is like, for some reason, in this person's ear or whatever. Not gonna lie, but I think you as person are gonna make it out on the other side of things. Yeah, I think they're gonna choose you when it comes down to it. But I can't be honest and say like, there's gonna be people that want to involve themselves with your person just because they're involved with you. And it's not even just that. I think that your person here, you know, they're gonna be trying to make you happy. It's gonna be some things that you're genuinely just going through, and it feels like that they might be trying to be there for you, and it might be frustrating because it's some stuff that you have to go through by yourself, some stuff that they can't give you the answers to. It's gonna be like they might have a hard time dealing with you when you're depressed because they may not understand that, and you might feel like they're not being supportive. But I think that the love is going to prevail in this relationship between you and this person. And I also feel like your partner is only very possessive of you, very protective over you. They're not going to want this to end or you to walk away. I feel like they might be your go-to when things aren't, going a certain type of way. When you start to overthink, you might be like, I just want to break up. We should just split. And they're not going to be having that. Especially if once you find out that there's a baby on the horizon, or considering that there's a baby on the horizon, right? I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to be going through something in love. I think your partner and you are going to have a disagreement. And I think that this person, you might find out that they lied to you about something. And it's going to come out at the worst time ever. And I think that, it's going to involve somebody else trying to, like, give you some bad information or something on social media. It's like somebody either coming to you as a woman or somebody intentionally trying to, like, hurt you on purpose because they know that this person cares about you. Not gonna lie. And, you're gonna have to get this person an ultimatum of some sort this year. I feel like that it's gonna happen randomly, and I think that you and this person here, you might just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to get my bearings and walk away. You might feel like, well, I defended you and everybody was right about you, especially if it was a mother figure that was trying to sabotage or project like negative things. You're gonna be like, well, maybe they were right about you. This is like giving tangled energy, but I do feel like this person here is going to put in work, and you guys are going to be able to repair and move forward from whatever this is, this hardship or whatever. I think they're going to put in the work, but they're going to see you like genuinely like move on. This could have happened in the past. This could be something that you guys are going to be moving forward from, like working on it, like a connection after some sort of like breach of an agreement. But this person here could just genuinely be like, I don't want, my child, or like I want my family together. And they're going to put their pride aside and, genuinely be trying to make you happy. They want to bring about the situation. They want you to know that they care, that they mean it, generally speaking. So whoever this person is, I would recommend that you watch their particular sign for the year ahead to see what's going to happen for them, so that you get more details about what this is. Watch the cross watchers portion for them, because it's something that's going to happen between you and this person in love this year. Not going to hold you, but I do see you guys getting over it. It's just like a hiccup, in your relationship. Regarding your health, though, I do see you growing, but I also see you being fit. So you might get like a bike, or you might go to the gym and be cycling. You're going to be moving your body, but you're still going to be gaining weight. So I don't know if it's gaining muscle, but for a lot of you guys, you're going to be having a baby or getting pregnant. So you're going to be gaining weight, but for a lot of you guys, you're still going to be eating better or making healthy changes for your body, because you are being cognizant of being aware of like a cycle that you're going through. So your body's going to be going through cycles in which it grows. I don't normally say, oh, somebody's having a baby, but I just can't stray away from that. For a lot of you guys, it feels like that. Like, feels like you're going to be getting pregnant. You're going to be looking good, I also feel like that you're going to be growing and maturing in like your physique, in a positive way. Not gonna lie. Some of you guys, you might cut your hair off. Like, not bald, but you might cut it in a really short bob or like a style or something. Because you're going to be trying to grow it out from like in a healthy way. And I feel like when you do that, you might get it professionally done. It's going to be cute. It's going to suit your face. And it's going to grow out really long from there. Like, it's going to be needed. Not going to hold you. But in your platonic connections, though, I feel like a lot of people are going to be jealous of what you have, and they're going to be trying to, like, they're going to be happier to see you and your partner on bad terms than to see you on a good space. It's almost like I told you so. It's like the episode of Boondocks where her friend was giving her bad advice and she ended up wanting to, like, blow her head off. Like, something like that's going to happen. Like, be careful who you vent to this year, because somebody here just genuinely is just hoping that something goes bad because their relationship sucks. They love life sucks, and they going to be projecting this onto your situation. I'm gonna try to see if I get you some advice. Like, how can they avoid hardships in their romantic life? It's more so to say like the hardships are gonna come, but it's more so like inspecting it and knowing that you can work through it and go with the ebbs and flows. But I feel like it's like not involving people that don't involve with. So don't go buddy buddy with a third party. Don't engage back in the messages. You go talk to your partner. Y'all work that out. But the world don't need to see y'all crumble because y'all had a disagreement, if that makes sense. Like, from the outside looking in, it needs to look like you don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So Pisces, it's looking like one of those years where it's like people are just hating and praying on your downfall, but you're going to prevail against it all. So it really doesn't matter. I see you having blessings and miracles, and I see you growing and maturing and getting something you want, but you might feel like that it's in the wrong timing, but it's all happening the way it should. And it's better to happen before than after, whatever this conflict is. Something like that made me say significant, but you guys are going to grow from this situation. I can tell you that much. So with that being said, this will be your reading. I love you all to the moon and back and around the whole soul system. I'll talk to you later. Bye. We're going to be seeing what's going to happen if you're dealing with a Pisces in a romantic sense. What do you know about this Pisces for the year ahead? Let's see. Alrighty. Get the cards out. Figure out. Let's start putting stuff up, child. Let's see. If you're dealing with a Pisces, Father God, they're dealing with Pisces for the year ahead. Sunrise of Venus. What do they know about this Pisces? Okay. Whew. You better get it while the getting is good. They have no problem walking away if things aren't healthy and balanced. Like, don't play this person for a fool. They believe in themselves, and you can't keep them down. Like, don't ever think that they're too comfortable where you can start acting up. What do you know about this? And also, like, keep this person interested. Always court this person. Always show love to this person. Always, express genuine attraction and, like, give them an ooh-ah sensation. Because if not, somebody else will take them from you. Don't ever think that you're going to tie them down with anything. They're not ever going to be that digmatized. They're not ever going to be that swoon or easily manipulated to where you're going to be able to have your cake and eat it too, and they're just going to put up with it. No, my Pisces, that's just the tea. When it comes to Pisces, something that you need to know about this Pisces is that, they do care about you. They do want this, but they want things to move faster, and they want to not doubt your place in their life. And they want a king, not a knight. They want you to be more mature. I feel like that there's something magical between you and this person, but they don't like going through certain cycles where it's ups and downs and it's bullshit on a constant basis. They have a certain expectation regarding what they want for their life, and if you feel like a block that juxtaposes that, they will remove you from their life altogether. I think that you and this Pisces, you might be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe even a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but there's nobody from this Pisces fast that they couldn't take back if they wanted, And I think this is a situation where, just like you have people that are tempting you, they always have people that are going to tempt them. They need a provider, and they don't want, if they open themselves up to you and you betray that trust, it's really going to hurt them. It's really going to hurt them. And I feel like that you're going to see a side of them that you never thought you could see. It's very important that you don't take advantage of this opportunity that you have been given when it comes to getting close to this Pisces. Step up to the plate and, don't take advantage of their submission and their kindness, because there's always somebody else that wants your spot. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to this Pisces, I think they have a lot going on in their personal life. They might even be they might need massages. They might need support, and reassurance. Sometimes they don't need words. Sometimes they just need a listening ear. So you have to discern and figure out what's going on, because they have a lot going on in their mind. Sometimes they're going to isolate or overthink in things this year, but it's just because of some things they've been through in their life. They have a lot of pressure or nervousness that is related to what they deal with when they go home, or when they home, or whatever, or away from home. It just feels like at home and away from home, they have a lot of stress. And they feel like they don't have a safe space to talk about it. And even if it's uncomfortable, you might feel attacked when they share how they feel, it's important that you give them the space to articulate the things that they're feeling and things that they are going through. Because they need that. They need security. They need passion. They need reassurance in this season for the year ahead. They are going to go through some things in their life. And it's important that you take ownership to anything that you've done wrong. Don't let nobody else tell this person about something that you did. Let it come out your mouth, So, with that being said, we're going to move on to if you happen to be dealing with a Pisces in a platonic sense. My viewers dealing with a Pisces in the platonic sense. We're going to see what you guys need to know for the year ahead. Let's see. Dealing with Pisces in a platonic sense for the year ahead. Holy Spirit, what do they need to know? They're expanding their family, They're giving away a lot of stuff too. They're they're spending a lot of money. They're going shopping and they're planning. They might be expanding their home, or they might be changing some things. So if this person has some things that you saw and you was like, I kind of wish I had that, this would be a good time to go over there, because they're feeling generous, because they need space and they got a lot of shit that they trying to get rid of this year. Just so you know, not saying you should use Pisces, but I'm just saying, like, they're going to be looking for somebody to give stuff to. Because people might be like, I don't have a need for that. I don't want that. You might be expanding your family as well. They might have a boy, you might have a girl, or vice versa. And, like, y'all will both have things that the other person might need. Take it that way, right? Or they might have some things they might just be like, you can have this. They're going to be just giving stuff away, honestly. I also feel like that this person here, this Pisces, they're in a better state of mind because they have something that they wanted, They're happier. They built something for themselves and they feel like they made it. They're feeling very secure. Not gonna lie, they are going through some things in their relationship, but, there's something they're gonna have to deal with on their own. And they're going to overcome it. So if they do talk bad about, like, their partner, that'll be temporary. You don't talk bad about their partner, though, because then they're going to get mad at you. Not going to lie. But overall, I feel like that this person here, the person they might be having issues with, their partner, they're not going to leave this person alone permanently. It just feels like that they're going through a test or a trial or issues, But they're going to get through it. They're hurt by something or they will be hurt by something their partner will do for the year ahead, but just as quickly as things stop working, they're going to be able to get over it really quickly with this person. Because whatever it is, they might be really fucked up about it, but it might not be as deep as they making it out to be. It's the principle more than it is like what the person actually did. I'm not gonna hold you. And even if this person did do something big, 9 times out of 10 the Pisces did it too. They just didn't get caught. So there's that. But overall, I think this person here is trying to cherish or spend time with their family. They don't want to share this new chapter that they're walking on or walking into with everybody, because they recognize that everybody deserves to be a part of it. But overall, when it comes to this Pisces, like I said, they're feeling very blessed. it could be that when they have this child or whatever issues they was having before throughout the pregnancy, it's not going to matter anymore. I feel like that this person here, they might be doing a lot of retail therapy, not gonna lie, but some of you guys, this person here might be getting cold feet. This person might be engaged and they might be having issues with their partner like right before the wedding, but everything is gonna work out. Like, they're fine. They're fine, you know. Don't get too involved. Don't be mad at this person, because I feel like this is gonna be somebody that they're gonna be with for a long time. I'm not gonna hold you. And if they're gonna actually work through it, like, it's gonna be something that makes them stronger. It's not gonna like tear them apart the way they think it's gonna tear them apart, to be honest. But anywho, this will be your reading if you're dealing with a Pisces. Love you guys to the moon and back and around the whole social system. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Supporting the channel is easy. Like and comment to say thank you.